We're here to debate The Dark Knight. I think the movie was overrated. John, I'm telling you, when I saw The Dark Knight, I said to myself, if Heath Ledger did not pass away, God rest his soul. If he didn't pass away, I don't think this movie would be doing as well, man.
No, that's bull. Because I'll tell you why. This movie got so much buzz before his death that it would have did well anyway. It doesn't matter if he had lived or died. The only thing that's a shame is that he's not here to see his work.
Well, here's the thing, though. Wouldn't this just be considered any other action movie? Seriously, if
Any other action movie?
Well,
This is a masterpiece. What are you talking about? Any other
Batman
movie?
but Batman Begins, I think, was a better movie overall, and that didn't get this kind of buzz. It was free publicity. Him dying was free publicity for them.
Alright, it did play some sort of factor into it making a lot of money. But at the same time, it still would have made probably just as much money if he didn't die.
All right, well, look, just so you know, I'm not denying that he wasn't good in this movie. I'm not denying that. I think he was great. If he gets an Oscar for it, great for him.
You probably should.
I think people came out just to see the last time Heath Ledger graced the screen.
No, I don't think that's true because the movie would have did well even, like I was saying before, even if he was in the movie or, when he died, he was still good. He made the movie what it is.
So you think even if he was alive, it would have grossed just as much?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I do
even
think
with
so.
all the free publicity that it got from him dying.
Well, the whole movie isn't about the Joker. It's not all about Heath Ledger. I mean, Batman plays a huge role in the movie, too.
Well, speaking of that, let's talk about Batman.
All right, fine. Let's do it.
What is with the voice, man? The first one, Batman Begins, was great. His voice was like, nice coat. But then, like this movie, he's like, Rachel!
Where is he?
Like, something was happening. I don't know, like, he got, like incredibly deep. Almost to the point where it was almost comical.
You know why, Nick? I'll tell you why. Because Batman has moved on. He's in this new evolution of Batman. When Batman Begins first came out, everybody was like, "Oh, it's the beginning of Batman." It's how he became Batman. Now that he is Batman, he has to assert all of his force and energy into becoming Batman. So that means that basically he's like sort of like an expert, now. So he has to assert himself even more. Plus, he has to disguise his voice so that other people won't know who he is.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. I just thought that in the first movie, he disguised his voice better. It wasn't as it wasn't as overdone. It wasn't like he was trying as much as he was trying in this movie. It was almost like at some parts I was like kind of laughing, and no one else in the theater was laughing. And I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be laughing.
Well, he has more like confidence, I guess, because now he's not becoming Batman. He is Batman, so he has to put that force. He has to scare the crap out of people. I like that. It's badass.
Well, I think he took that badass a little too far with the assaulting his family. If that's true.
You're just jealous because you can't do that.
No. I think the role's getting in his head. I think he's trying to be Batman in real life. I think the next headline we see is Christian Bale dies trying to swing from building to building, thinking he's really Batman.
Maybe he really is Batman. He's just not telling anybody.
All these years, the real Batman has been reincarnated or something. I don't know. And my other concern about the movie is the plot. Because
it was great.
I mean, a lot of cool stuff happened. The trucks flipping, the action was great, but I just feel like when you go away from the movie, you're like, okay, I saw a bunch of stuff blow up. Great. There was really no story other than the girl dies, which I think is ridiculous. Dan should have died. But all right, I'm putting a lot of points here. You can.
I thought it was awesome. I thought it was awesome how it was so fast paced because you didn't know what to expect. You totally didn't know what was going to happen to the characters. And you didn't know that certain, tricks were being played on certain characters, things like that. So I thought it was awesome. I thought, whenever you go to see a movie, a lot of people have the expectation where it's like a structure. It's like a beginning, middle, and end. It's like this structure that has to, circle itself. I thought that The Dark Knight it sort of was all over the place, but at the same time it was structured. But it was just so cool how it was taking you in different directions which people like you don't appreciate. People like you don't appreciate good filmmaking.
No, it's not that. It's that it was just too fast. Like, when I started to grasp something, they moved on to the next thing. And I'm like, I'm still back on the other thing. And it just the editing was like choppy. It was all over the place.
Yeah, that's what was awesome about it, though, because you didn't know what direction it was taking you. Like as soon as you were, like, kind of settled into the movie, it just took you in a completely different direction, which was awesome.
So you like that. I don't like that.
Obviously, you don't like that, but it was awesome. I mean, it was so cool.
So you like the fact that you're feeling like it's dark and it's like a horror and it's dramatic, and all of a sudden there's a joke in there, and then it comes back again, and then it's a little less dark.
Right?
You like that?
Yeah, because you totally don't know what to expect of. You know, it's like it's awesome.
Well, I mean, I just feel like it wanted to. When I walked away, I can't put it in a genre. Everyone's like, it's the darkest movie.
It is.
Really?
It's like a dark action movie. It's a masterpiece. You know. You're right. You can't put it in a genre because it's a
So
masterpiece.
you think that's a good thing because you can't?
It's one of its kind. Yeah. It's different.
You think it was better than Batman Begins?
Right choice.
I liked Batman.
They're
Begins. I mean, there were some problems with that, but I liked.
They're two totally different movies because I thought what I liked about Batman Begins and what you liked was it sort of was structured. You know, it was way more easier to follow than The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a little fast paced here and there because he was kind of like first he was training, then he became Batman. You know, then he fought off Scarecrow and all that stuff. So it was a little fast paced.
Well, what about the in the new one, the fight scenes? You got him beating up one guy at a time while everyone else is just standing there. Like, they're not going to take Batman down. They're afraid of this bad guy.
All right, that's something I semi-agree with because the fight scenes were a little bit choppy. I mean, in Batman Begins, the fight scenes were really choppy. But I thought they did a really good job of improving the fight scenes in The Dark Knight. I thought it was pretty cool. You could actually follow what Batman was doing this time. It was cool. It was good. But at the same time, you have to acknowledge that it's kind of hard to move around in the suit, like while Christian Bale was in the suit, they had to make a special neck piece and stuff for him so he can move around, things like that. So I mean, it is kind of hard to do all these different kind of ninja tricks like the Matrix or something. It's not a Matrix movie; it's a realistic movie.
Well, overall, I would say like Batman Begins, it's self-explanatory in the title. It's how he becomes Batman. So you walk away with going, I understand now why he's Batman. And this one was just like, he's Batman now, and now he's beating the heck out of everybody. I didn't really take anything away. Like, yeah, the girl died, but Rachel. And by the way, I thought she was pretty bad. I actually thought Katie Holmes was better than her.
What,
yeah, dude?
What are you're a Katie Holmes fan or something?
She was weak, man.
Oh my god.
I thought she added nothing to that movie.
She was like one of the most dramatic characters at the end.
I don't know, man. I just didn't think she added much. And I just thought overall that it could have... I don't know. The casting was pretty good, but the story overall was just kind of weak. Nothing really happened other than the girl dying. And
Harvey Dent became Two-Face.
And then he dies. Like then he dies at the end. Now he's out of the whole movie. He'll be back.
How do you know?
On that note, that was the Dark Knight debate. We might be back debating Dark Knight or some other movie.
Next, The Mummy, I guess.
The Mummy next.
Oh, man.
The Mummy next.
This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Masterpiece.
Yes, I do. It wasn't a masterpiece. It was overrated.